One of the scariest moments in my motherfucking life. It was a dark, cold morning. I was in Judge Hancock courtroom. The judge that I was presented with, or I was presented to him, his name was Judge Hancock. They used to call him Hang 'em High Hancock. I go to court, I have a public defender. My public defender sweats profusely. Like, it's wintertime, it's November. He's sweating. So now, I done told these folks to crank the jury up, meaning that we have picked the jury. In my mind, I have been praying. I got my faith in God. God got something for me to do. And I'm going home. That's what's on my mind. Somehow ignoring the fact that they caught me on the scene of the crime. They have the weapon that I used. I didn't get no money. I didn't get no money. I didn't get one dime. So in my mind, that's enough. I say to myself, that's all I need. Armed robbery is when you take something away from somebody. I did not have anything from this store. I was accused of robbing an Ingles grocery store in DeKalb County. So in my remedial mind, I say to myself, yeah, no robbery took place. Here's the reality of the situation. In the state of Georgia, if you have knowledge of a crime, if you are aware of a crime, if you know that a crime took place, even though you weren't there and you don't report it, that's against the law. If you try to commit a crime and it don't turn out right, you still guilty of that crime. I could try to rob 1,000 people and end up with no money. The act within itself will get your ass a mandatory minimum. But in my mind, I'm like, shit, man, I want to go home. I don't want to do this because it's just too much time. And then, mind you, they was trying to get me to plea out to some more stuff. I'm like, I don't even want to hear what y'all got. So now, I'm in the courtroom and something comes over me. And I'm having an internal conversation with God. And, we could trick each other. You could trick yourself. But I'm just like, well, if God is real, and I'm saying that I believe in God, and I'm putting my faith in God, but I also understand that I really did try to rob these people. Like, I really did try to rob these people. So now, am I asking for God to ignore what I just did? Am I saying, this your boy, never mind memory lane, stay focused on what we got going on? So then also I have a homeboy who they robbed the Waffle House. They was robbing the Waffle House, and as opposed to taking 10, one of them had then crunk up that jury. When they crunk it up, I think he might have got like 16 or something. Now, all these people home, but in my mind, I'm just like, shit, do I want to do 16? Do I want what come along? Mind you, I'm no lawyer. I don't have this figured out. I ain't been down this road before. I ain't never been locked up before. This ain't what's going on. My public defender come to me. He say, hey, you might want to consider pleading out. And I'm like, shit, no, I ain't pleading out. I ain't pleading out. Because if I plea out, to the 10, which is the mandatory minimum, my daughter, who is downstairs right now, she's 28 now. I say, my daughter, she gonna be 9 years old when I come home. The public defender, for whatever reason, he stopped sweating. He cleared up everything. He looked me dead in my eyes. He said, Mr. Butler, if you do not plea out to these 10, your daughter gonna be 19 or 29 when you get home. I said, home? What you mean? He said, Mr. Butler. So then in my mind, I'm like, you ain't trying to protect me. You ain't trying to help me. You work for the state. True enough, he did work for the state. But I had conveniently ignored the fact that, hey, your little dumb ass really did try to rob these people, bro. You really did. So within that, I did some quick math in my mind. I said, carry the 2. And I talked to him. I said, let me talk to my mom. So Diane came over there. We talked. I said, hey man, I didn't did this shit. Like I tried to rob these people. Like, she was like, well, whatever you decide to do, I support you in what you got going on. But whatever it is, don't mumble about it. She said, be a man. Goddamn, was being a man when you was putting a pistol on them folks. Stand up. So I go to the lawyer. I said, shit, I'm gonna go ahead and take the 10. Mind you, I hadn't been in the county for 3 years. So technically, I only got 7 more, but 7 looked like 7,000. So I'm standing up in court. When I'm standing up in court, bro, I'm lightheaded. I ain't gonna even hold you. I'm lightheaded, bro. I'm lightheaded and my knees buckling a little bit. And then I felt this fist. I felt this fist in my back. It was my mama. She said, stand up straight. Make eye contact. Don't be no bitch. She didn't say don't be no bitch, but she was just like, hey, you gotta take the good with the bad and the bad with the good. But take it like a man. And bro, I took them 10. I ain't cry. I ain't cry in the courtroom. When I got back to my cell, and then it's just like when I got back to the 6th floor or 7th floor, wherever I was at, like the news had already got back there. Cause folks were just like, yo, Butler got his time. Butler got his time. And as much records as I guess somebody thought I was gonna raid, get what I did? Took my ass to sleep. Wasn't that? Took my ass to sleep, boy. And life as I knew it changed. I'm out.